Welcome to Healthy Food Place. I am Grace Enemali, sharing ideas and recipes on how to stay healthy naturally. Now, what would you expect to see in the handbag of a senior, maybe a health-conscious senior? In this very video, I want to share with you some of the common things you will find in my bag. I want to show you. Now, it is not the same thing that you find in the handbag of a young lady of below 30 years that you will also find in the handbag of someone over 60. And then also, it is not also the same thing that you find in the handbag of someone who is on medication or health conscious that you will also find in the other handbag. Now, what the content of those handbags tells a lot about you and the kind of life you are living. Now, if you are someone on medication, it's most likely you have medications in your handbag. But if you are not someone that is not on medication, you need also to have some other things. And it also depends on how long you are going to stay. I mean, whether your outing is going to last 2 or 3 hours. But my humble advice is that if you are going out as a senior and you expect to stay more than 3 or 4 hours at a particular place, my dear, get yourself prepared. Don't just hurry and go. Get some items in your bag. Because why? You may need them. That's exactly what I do. And so, let me show you the common things. And the last one, honestly, is something you don't even expect. But I normally go along with it. Let's watch it. Hello, so let's look at the content of the bag. First of all, we look at the bag. It depends on you. Some people like to carry smaller bags, but I carry bigger bag. Look at it. It's a leather bag. But it depends also on where you are going. So usually, if it's church, then the Bible has to be there. I don't use phone in the church. Then that is by the way. This Bible is a gift. You can see it's a very big one. On my 60th birthday, one of my, lovely followers gave it to me as a gift. So I cherish it a lot. And then besides church, there are some things that are always in my bag when I'm stepping out of the house. And these are the things, especially if I'm going to spend 2 or 3 hours or more where I'm going, if it's not church or other places. I'm not too much of an outing person. You ought to have known that. Some of you that are following me, you hardly hear me traveling. Not to say I don't travel, but it's not my hobby. I don't travel all the time. But then, when I have to go somewhere, these are the things. Number one thing is my phone, as you can see. I'm using it right now for this video. So the phone must be there. Can't forget it. Remember, you need to also share some of the things that you go with. And if you don't have idea or you want to steal some of my own, you can go ahead and begin to put some. But the last thing I want to share with you here, it may even surprise you because it's not something you're expecting. And so the next thing I normally put in my bag is my spectacle case for my eyeglass. Look at it. I put it. Usually, I don't go anywhere without it. Even if I happen to forget it, I have to go back home and go take it. So that is how important it is. Then another thing I normally go with is this tissue. I normally have something like a white tissue in my bag, a disposable tissue. In case I may need to clean somewhere, I need to mop somewhere, I normally like to have it. It's always there. In case I need to clean somewhere, a surface, or need to clean the nose or somewhere, I need to use it. Or maybe the bench or where I'm to sit, maybe it's a place, it's a bus or a car somewhere, I need to have it. It's always with me. Then the next thing I normally also carry along is my cold pressed coconut oil. It's always there, just like a first aid. Yes, I take it as a first aid. Sometimes I may use it in case of dry lips. I may use it, or sometimes I may use it to rub on my hands. As a matter of fact, there was one incident that happened. I need to share briefly with us why I do not regret including this in my bag. And if you have the opportunity, my dear, you better start including it. I mean, coconut oil, cold press, anywhere you're going. We were actually out a few years back, like 2-3 years, to buy some doors. I mean, door for the house. And when we got there, there was need to open the lock. I won't forget that experience. You see, coconut oil is a multi-purpose oil. So all the sellers, the marketmen, they were running around looking for something that can lubricate that key for them to open and test it. And everybody, it seemed like they were all confused. So something just dropped in my heart that, but you have coconut oil in your bag. Why don't you give it to them? Let them test it. My dear, lo and behold, I brought out my cold. This was more than 3-4 years. I brought out my cold pressed coconut oil, and they dropped it inside the key. In a few seconds, the key opened. That was how that problem was solved. It was something becoming. And so that is one of the benefits. I wasn't expecting it, but it was just normal that I should carry it in case I need it. It has antibacterial properties. During the time of the COVID, I normally use it instead of using alcohol as it was promoted that time. It has antiviral properties. So I normally use it then. If I'm going out, I use it to keep my hand disinfected, and then I also put it in the bag. That was what I was using then. And then I normally have my ATM card in case of cash. Of course, you know that cash, everything is cash. So I normally carry them along in case I need it, or network, where we are. Sometimes you may want to take money, network, the other bank is failing, or so. I normally go with it. And then I normally go with biro, because there may be need to write something down. Yes, I normally go. Many people don't think of it. I've seen many seniors begging for biro in the banking hall, in the buses, and everywhere. And most times, it's always me that come to the rescue. Then there is also something that also I normally go with. That is mint essential oil. I normally have mint essential oil in my bag if I'm going out, especially if it's during the cold season. If I suddenly get to a place and maybe there is dust, or maybe a car has passed, or a big trailer or something, or just something, because our environment is very toxic, something could just happen and everywhere will just get polluted with dust, smoke. And what I normally do is to use my antiseptic mint oil to either put it in my hand and use it to do deep breathing. And sometimes I could just get to a place, and maybe because of the way it's arranged, I may be sitting near the window, or it could even be a car or a bus, and suddenly you know what I'm talking about. So by the time it continues, most times if you don't do something immediately, it starts traveling to the lungs. That's how most serious cold starts, just by one tickle. So, but what I normally use to arrest that tickle is the mint essential oil. Because like I told us in some of my previous videos, it's not all the time that you may have the privilege to go boiling mint tea, looking for mint leaves, but I always have it. It's one of my habits in my bag in case I need it to do deep inhalation, in case I need it for antiviral purpose, maybe sneezing, sudden cold, virus. It has antiviral properties too. I'm talking of this oil. Antiseptic properties. It's going to disinfect the lungs immediately and, cut it short. The lifespan of that cold or whatever is going to provide, the relief. Not only the relief, but I found it very, very useful when traveling or when going somewhere and suddenly the weather changed and I have need of it. And on some occasions, it may be somebody besides me. Yes, I'm someone that likes to help, I like to support, I like to care for people around me. It's one of my behaviors. I like to check and see if that person is becoming miserable because of cold or something which he or she never anticipated at home. My dear, I'm always ready with my mint oil when traveling. I normally have it so that it won't just be. Then I also, of course, a little cash. I said it, Biro is there. I don't normally carry too much bag. I don't carry too much. Look at it. I don't, because if you carry too much, sometimes your shoulder will be paining. It has happened to me before. So no need for much load. Apart from Bible, going to the church, these are only few things you see in my bag when I'm going out. And the key. I didn't talk about the key. The gate key and 1 or 2 keys will be there. Yes, it will be inside my bag. So, and the last thing that I normally also take, because at times you could stay longer than anticipated where you went to, and suddenly you are feeling hungry. It does happen to me. Maybe it could even be church. You start getting hungry, and I'm not someone that will just go to somewhere to buy food over the counter and start eating, whether it's a restaurant food or whichever. I don't eat all those stuff. All those things cooked in the restaurant, all those things hawked around, it's a long time I put them away. So when going out, there is always preparation to have something in my bag, apart from maybe seeing some fruits around, which you have to wash it, and some of the fruits may need you may not want to be doing it in the public. Yes, because something like maybe orange, of course, orange, you have to eat the fiber, and that's not something you'll be doing in the public unless you have to blend it. So I normally come with my dates, get some dates, wash it in case there is urgent dropping in blood sugar. Now, some people have also indicated that blood sugar was getting low. Yes, I do feel it at times. It is also common with seniors. So when you are going somewhere, my dear, you need to be very, very well prepared. If you are over 60, don't just carry your bag like a young lady and jump out of the house. Get 1 or 2 things to have with you. Yes, sometimes water, if you don't have access to where water, but most times water is not always the issue, because you can always get water around here, even whether in the church, in the market, or anywhere. But if you are going far away where you may not have access, my dear, you carry a bottle of water. You may not have to take it cold, but if you have any way to keep it, to make it warm, maybe in the car or somewhere, my dear, go with water. But I don't normally go with it a good number of the times. I have to be very frank with you. Once I take my water therapy in the morning, the body is already hydrated. So water, roadside water, drinking water, in other places, maybe bottled water, pure water, most of them are not even pure. So because of that, I don't normally like to drink outside. Yes, I don't drink outside. Once water therapy is done, so it is dates. Sometimes I wash it, soak it, and then put it. Sometimes there may not be any need to take it. It's not that you start taking, maybe once I go out or you go out, you start eating date or something. No, but there are occasions when I just caught up somewhere, maybe in a meeting or some other public places, and you do not have anything there to eat, and you are running low in your sugar or you're running low in your energy. Again, if you have dates, just wash it and drop one or start popping it in your mouth to get your strength for your blood sugar. So some of you that complain that there's drop in your blood sugar, it does happen. Sometimes I do feel that way. That is actually the reason why I thought that I should be going with it. It didn't used to be part of my, handbag items, but then after clocking 60, I began to do it, because sometimes the blood sugar is not easily controlled like that. It could just be dropping and you will feel it. You will feel yourself running low in energy because of you are not prepared. And most times it's not something you can just allow to go. So you need to get well prepared when you are on the go. That's what I normally do. And then there are also sometimes, you see this coconut oil, it's not only for that example. There are also sometimes, those who know me very well, when I suspect some drop in energy, I put a little, especially when the stomach is empty, so that it will be burning the belly fat. Remember, it's very good in burning belly fat. A little it helps increase good cholesterol. So I normally go out with it, these things you see here. So if you search my bag, if you stop me to search, this is exactly what most times you will see in the handbag of my own very self. But besides that, except on other occasion, but this is exactly what you normally will see in my bag a good number of times, except on few occasions with few exceptions. Maybe you find peanuts or you find little cashew nuts. Also occasionally, but not all the time, you can find peanuts. Yes, it's a small bottle. Sometimes you can find cashew nuts, because these are for quality energy. Yes, you don't start running to buy a biscuit or buy peanut snacks, the one that is coated with sugar and flour. No, you need to go with your own healthy food when going out, in order to preserve the effort you have made in your health already, or else you'll be tempted to start eating something unhealthy. That's exactly part of the secret of this wellness. And if you are coming this way for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, share this, somebody may need it, and then also don't forget, I am gracious Grace. Thank you for watching. Moderation remains our rule.